Hello and thank you for tuning into this episode of Historically Marked. I am Jason, outside another Route 66 legend here in Cuba, Missouri. I am standing outside the FourWay Restaurant, which was once a service station. Unfortunately, the place is permanently closed, and it all happened earlier this year. It's so strange and really sad that 2021 is not even a third over, and we've already seen some permanent restaurant place closures here on Route 66. But I will go ahead and share you a marker that is on here, so I'll go ahead and come that way. So Cuba, Missouri is known as Mural City, and there are plenty of murals to be seen on Route 66 throughout the whole way, but I guess they take the credit for the most murals, on Route 66, at least in Missouri. All right, so this one's about the Wagon Wheel Motel. This one is about the FourWay. Is that Burt Reynolds? Nope. Well, anyway, here is, oh, by the way, there are also a lot of plaques on these murals. So there's about 12 of the, or maybe, I can't remember how many at the top of my head, but this is number 12. So this, again, was once a service station. Here we go. Paul Carr, who also sold Pontiacs from the location, built this cottage-style station in 1932. It was purchased in 1968 by Bill Wallis and was converted to mobile that year, as well as becoming the first office for Wallis Oil Company. Bill died in 2001, but his family continues the legacy of business and philanthropy. And the Missouri State Highway Patrol panel celebrates the organization's 75th anniversary in 2006. Yeah, a lot of bikers out today, that's for sure. But this was converted to a restaurant. I don't know when, and I also don't know when exactly this closed down. I think it was earlier this year, as a matter of fact, or maybe it was late 2020. I could be very wrong, but I was not able to pull it up. But I do remember reading it in Route 66 News. So yeah, I missed out on a really good meal, and I definitely think that the closure of this was pretty much all boils down to COVID-19, the whole pandemic. And this did get a lot of good reviews, on those sites like Google and Yelp and whatnot, but unfortunately, I guess, they pretty much feel like they had to part ways, or part four ways. Sorry, I had to insert a dad joke there. But they had a lot of good seating, and it was in a very nice location. Like, it was at the crossroads of Route 66, also known as Washington Street, and Franklin Boulevard, which took you into the business district. But it has some really great architecture, and I hope this structure does stay around. And like I said, people love them on Yelp. And doesn't look like there's very much in there. It looks like they still have some boost, but of course I don't want to be all snoopy and all that. And it's kind of a small world, but I actually know the artist, or I've met the artist on one occasion. The guy who did this mural, as well as many others here in this town, is Ray Harvey. He is a St. Louis area artist, even though he lives in New Haven, which is just on the outskirts of the area, but he has done many murals. I've seen him do one mural in South City, St. Louis, and the reason I know him is because he did at least one or two STL 250 birthday cakes. But I'll go ahead and explain a little bit about these murals. So here we go. Now this one, the far left one, this features a vintage highway patrol car and trooper assisting a motorist. It honors the Missouri Highway Patrol's 75th anniversary. And then this is Mr. Wallis and his beloved 1966 Stingray Corvette at the station as it looked during the 1970s. Now, as for this one right here, this is based on an old photograph. It shows Mr. Wallis, not Burt Reynolds, involved in a station promotion that attracted the children of Cuba. He was never happier than he was around a group of kids. So yeah. And there are plenty other murals here in this town. There's even one about Amelia Earhart when she had to make an emergency landing here in Cuba. And as a matter of fact, it's just right over there. All right, well, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Historically Marked. I am Jason. outside the now defunct FourWay Restaurant, or former service station. Route 66 edition, getting my kicks. And stay tuned for more Route 66 episodes in Missouri, and pay no attention to that loud car. All right, I'm Jason signing off.